What is going on?
Oh, welcome, techs and ads.
Absolutely.
Or actually, let me reframe that. Ads and techs here tonight for the Friday night. Quick one tonight, but a big one, no doubt. We're at a pretty pivotal point for BTC and
hmm
ETH right
hmm
now. We've been talking about this last night. We'll go through BTC and ETH in a moment, but of course, if you're picking up what we're putting down here at UTG, hit that subscribe button and get the instant updates every single time we go live. You do not want to miss what we are putting out at the moment. Our consistent 100% free content. Like, comment, and share. And if you could support the channel by hitting that subscribe button, we would be eternally grateful. All right, ads, BTC, F. And I'm going to be cheeky and ask about a couple of USD pairs because some are looking prime at the moment. BTC, last night, we spoke about the significance of this 1618 extension. Of course, we're using the fib extension tool because we're really in a new realm of price discovery now. We don't have any TA or anything above us where we can gauge where strength of pushes or pulls or pullbacks might be. So we've used the fib extension, drawing it from the swing low to the swing high, back to the swing low again, which was this double bottom here that we spoke about on the weekend. And now we push. So we spoke about the significance of this 1618. We also spoke about the likelihood of a pullback to this area, which was this
Yep.
overall trend line, which you can see from the left here, and also the 1272 extension this morning. If you're watching this, we were talking about this area on not only on BTC but F, and we get to it in a moment. There was a bit of liquidity stacked here, and we said I wouldn't be making any decisions whether it be shorting or longing until we got a confirmation of what we did around this area. Well, ads, we've had a little lick from this area, and there seems to be maybe a little bit of weakness at this area now. What are we thinking?
It's going to be interesting over the weekend because we usually get some silliness over the weekend.
Yeah.
As of late, it has been a recurring theme over the last couple of weekends. Even go back and have a look yourselves. It has been a recurring theme that we get some pushes or some pulls back up and down on BTC on the weekend. So that's going to be interesting, and it's also going to be an interesting one to really determine which direction we're going to go in. Um, we've had the lick here at 1272, and we've had also the rejection at 1618. The 1618 was the most influential level for us because of that Fibonacci. Really, the 618 is really the most one of the most important levels for Ethereum for Fibonacci. Excuse me, for Fibonacci in general. So that was good. We were saying last night that we really wanted to see a retest or some strength around the 1272 to really gauge our strength on towards the upside, and we've seen that as well. So we're really sitting in between no man's land now. We haven't made any significant breaks to the downside, and we haven't made any significant breaks to the upside since being around this 23 level. So it's going to be interesting over the next weekend, next couple of days on the weekend. But if the move from 19 or from 18.5 to around 23 has been anything to go by, it's still in bullish territory in my opinion. However, if we do get a pullback to this 272 or even the 100% fib extension on this one here, Ty, I think that would be healthy for BTC in the immediate term.
Yeah, 100%. We mentioned that last night. We're on a parabolic. What do
Yeah,
is there anything more descriptive than parabolic?
no.
Rocket, mission, moon, fucking space cadet, land with BT set, whatever you want to
Astronaut.
call it. So, yeah, astronaut. Yeah, so definitely this is a Mars mission now. So even I pull back to that 1272, and one, as we said last night, is still healthy in the scheme of BTC.
Yeah.
We are very, very much still in bullish territory. We're going to have a pretty significant drop to have any sort of overall macro bearish sentiment towards BTC. It is on an absolute tear at the moment. So yeah, weekend fuckery is to be expected. So
Absolutely it is.
what was that?
Absolutely it is.
Yeah, so play accordingly. I am still scaled out of about 80 now, about 80% of my BTC positions that I have. some spot on, some USDT on the side, because there are a number of USD pairs that are looking very, very good to me. We'll have a look at just one or two tonight. But beyond BTC, ETH ads. Let's have a look at ETH USDT. Last night we made a really interesting point, and while you made a really interesting point, man, when we spoke about the capacity now of retail traders with a few K in a wallet to be able to trade BTC, the higher this price goes.
Yeah.
Trading at spot is becoming a little bit more difficult now, because the percentage differences are getting few and far between when you have smaller capital to play with. So playing with coins like ETH or XRP USD, or the lower cap, still within the top 10, I would say. I wouldn't really be going too much further below the top 10. This is where the attention might lie in the next little bit, with your ETH, with your LTC, with your XRP USD. So again, last night, the 27 extension was acting as, I guess, a level of resistance where we pulled back. If we put on our VP VR, this specifically I was talking to Art about today, where there was still quite a fair bit of liquidity stacked around this supply now turned demand zone. So I said to him, again, wouldn't be making too much of an opinion on where we were based until we had a reaction around here. So these volume nodes have sort of stacked up, and now we're looking for a retest of this 27 extension ads.
Yeah, absolutely. It is really nice to see Ethereum playing very nicely to our TA and our thoughts last night. And I was really very keen on the top of this level of supply, or turn demand, I guess, in this instance. But the liquidity to the left-hand side was really important to really retest this zone, to really give us a direction, or a pullback on a smaller time frame, I guess, to really give us some further legs to move to the upside. We are getting close to this negative 27 now. And now what we're looking for is this to break or to hold as resistance. So if we come up and we don't break above this weekend, so we can give it the entirety of the weekend to do that. If it doesn't give us that reaction, then we're probably destined for more downside. Around that 620. Excuse me.
Cool. So that's pretty short, sweet, and on ETH, I totally agree with that. I think if we can break that 27 extension and that previous high that we had there, then very much that demand, that supply above that 61 extension seems like the likely place to go. A lot of good bullish sentiment around ETH now. A lot of people, talking about the it being the sort of the second in command and the one to really bear the brunt of future bullishness and some more liquidity injection from the bigger guys. So I'm excited about that. I've been favoring ETH all year. I have some ETH, and I'm excited to sort of see where this continues to go. And yeah, absolutely, man, that could be the case. Making these higher highs and higher lows, and a continuation back up to there would certainly be a great thing to see for ETH. Yeah. On the other side of that, I want to look at a couple of altcoins real quick. We'll get to this one that is related to ETH in just a moment, but LTC USDT, I would love to have a look at. I honestly have not charted that for such a long time. With my focus being on ETH and BTC, it's not something that I've paid any attention to whatsoever.
Litecoin doing not bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoops.
And again, see, this is another alternative now. As ads TAs this up, this is another option now at what, $109? Is that what we're at the moment? No, I think we're around the $80.
Yeah, 109.
We are at 109?
Yep.
Holy shit. So yeah, the last time I looked at LTC, we were at $69. So 109 USD per coin. That's very much within the stretch of the average retail trader, as opposed to 23,000 or 657. So LTC, another option ads.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks good though. It does look nice. We've got Steamroller giving us that uptick. We've got the indicators a little bit overbought now in terms of RSI, CCI, but that main zone, that main level of supply is just above us at 120, pretty much flat even, and that coincides really nicely with a nice round number, and that would be a decent resistance in my opinion. So looking good for a move to that level. It might not get there all in one go. It might not get there all in one go. Let's see where we could potentially start to cool off. So if we do the trend-based fibs, we are sitting just above that 1272, just like we are seeing with BTC as well. And the 618 lining up nicely with our level of supply up there. So looking okay for LTC tie.
Looking to the left a little bit more, I know you've got that supply zone there, but how are things looking to the left? So there's not a kind of, can we zoom out and see everything, like in terms of where price is now?
I've ruined it.
And where you've got those demand and supply zones.
Let's go. If we zoom out a tad more, there's a whole lot of upside that we could potentially get with LTC. Yeah, there's a whole lot of levels to look for. The next level above the one we're looking at now, if I was about to draw it in, but I failed miserably. There we go. 140 lines up very nicely with 272. That lines up pretty bang on. So I'm happy with those Fibonacci levels, and they play out quite nicely, I think. So that's looking okay, especially for 120 at least.
And again, if you want to see the way in which we can chart these coins, it would be a push up demand and steamroll along with our fibs. As you can see down the bottom, that steamroll, just ridiculous in its accuracy. Let us know. Leave a comment or hit us up in the Discord and let us know. Would you like to see a session where we show you exactly how we trade this market and how we break things down like this? Let us know. All right, ads, XRP, USD. And of course, if you do like what we're doing here at Team UTG, make sure you hit that subscribe button and get instant updates every single time we go live. All right, ads, here we are again. We spoke about this last week. Not to sort of yank our own chains, but we spoke about this demand zone being relevant around that 45-cent mark. We've since pushed since then up now around the 60-cent mark. The other night or last night, we spoke about this sort of breakout formation if you wanted to get the retest before more potential upside, which we had to a T. We've now hit that demand zone, a supply zone at the top, rejected, and now seemingly held up here. But where do you think we might go from this point?
A very decent rejection there, very harsh rejection in terms of XRP, and this really paints a picture on why you should be taking profit, because you shouldn't be holding on to positions. You should. I can't tell you how to trade. I can't tell you what to do, but if you want to succeed, and the way we succeed is we take small snippets at a time, 30%, 50% of the position size off the table at relevant levels. So it would have been a decent idea to take some off the table at least this 65, even 64-cent mark, where we've received this harsh smackdown off our level of supply, and we are seeing the brunt of that now. So we are looking like we are just struggling around this 38.2 fib level now, and it would be in XRP's best interest over the next couple of days to push over this and close so we can get another retest to that 64. But if we don't, then I'll be looking around this liquidity area back down at this 50 fibs, where we've got a whole lot of liquidity sitting to the left-hand side. That's basically it.
All right, I want to be a little bit selfish and just ask you about a couple of coins that I'm interested to get your TA on. On the back of ETH having a little bit of a run, we haven't quite seen it as of yet, but typically it does follow. Again, this is not trading or financial advice. Is ETC, USDT. I'd love to get your thoughts on that. Some looking at if you do go to YouTube, we have a session on the Binance altcoin scanner, which is a trading room altcoin scanner. Looks at the volume, RSI, and trading activity of USD and BTC pairs. And having a look at the ETC USD pair just a moment ago, there's some nice activity at the moment. I don't want to jinx it, but I'd love to get your thoughts on this one, ads.
This top supply is no good, man, to be honest.
Come on, man. Don't tell me that.
It's no good. Anyway, in terms of ETC, it's looking oversold right now, and we've had that smackdown off the level of supply, which is on a decent pivot point, but not the best one that we could possibly find. Obviously, we've got the better one up here at $7.06. I think it is at the top at the top of that basically blow off top there scenario where we had that in, where was it, November 25th. So not far back you have to look for that one. So that could be a decent area for a move. If we're talking that one, it's only a 11 or 12% swing, so that's okay. If we're looking on a daily time frame for Ethereum Classic, there's a whole lot more upside for it in terms of potential. So if I get rid of this one and I draw in some of the daily levels, I'll be looking at this one here. Almost immediately we can see the rejections off the left hand side. This is the one where we had a movement down and of course a pivot back up and then a push down again. So that's why I'm using this level here. We've got the retest to the right hand side to confirm its validity, and then of course we've got some more pivotal levels up the top, and looking further back we've got one just here as well. So some decent areas that we could see for an upside potential. We've got 13, we've also got a 34 and we've got a 71. Whether or not we get these or not is another thing, but looking okay for Ethereum Classic in terms of upside potential on a macro scale.
All right, and last one to be cheeky, XTZ USDT.
Tezos. Okay, a few levels that I had drawn in previously. We'll get rid of these and we'll chart it up properly, and we'll chart it up from scratch. On a daily time frame, it's not looking great. Well, it's looking okay, but not looking great in terms of price action to draw TA in. I'm more referring to. But looking here, just to the left hand side, we've got a pivot point very close to this area. If we scroll to the right hand side, we've got a miss there, so that's okay. We've got another pivot point here, and I want to really explain why this rejected here. So we're going to move this one down slightly because we've got some TA on the right hand side that we can take advantage of to see why it rejected there. So we're looking at this sort of move here. We've got that rejection at $3, and more than likely it will probably make that next lower high. Looking at Steamroller now, if we go from swing low to high, I'd probably go from there to there. We've been held on the 38.2 and we're retesting that 23.6, looking like we'll more than likely come back down to the golden pocket tie, I reckon, which looks very nice in the way of a very short-term level of supply between there.
Could you see that as a little bit of a... I'm trying to look a little bit more at the daily, but maybe something like that potentially. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
It's very subjective, isn't it?
Yeah, it's subjective, and if you look at a macro scale, it's really at the bottom of a trend, so I wouldn't say particularly so. But in saying that, the daily, if you're looking at a daily time frame, if you're looking at the uptick in terms of Steamroller, you're looking at the indicators respecting the 50, I guess, on the RSI as well. We're looking okay to push higher even towards that negative 27 at 2.54. Looks okay on the daily time frame to me.
Beautiful. All right. Well, that's my own selfish interests out of the way. Let's have a look at the DXY. Of course, every time we look at the regulated markets, the Forex and otherwise, it purely is just opinion and our own thoughts. If you do want more information, have a chat to your own financial advisor.
Real quick one on the DXY tonight. There's not a whole lot to see other than we've had that relief that we always do get. So every time we come down and overextend on the DXY, we always get that relief, and we always get that relief. And now we're having the exact same scenario play out. Nothing new in terms of the bias or in terms of the market structure. It would occur to me immediately that we'd probably retest the area of here, I think, which is 90.21 or 90.20 pretty much. That would occur to me over the course of this evening. It would be pretty healthy for the DXY to come up and retest this level for the last trading session of the week, and then more than likely continue its further descent down to at 89.5. That's a level of support that we identified last night, and of course pending that down to 89.2, where we've got our most relevant level of demand down there, Ty. But that's really it for the DXY. A very nice, easy one to follow tonight.
Beautiful. Well, that just about sums it up. Just a quick one tonight. I'm not going to dive too far into things. I've seen the coins that I wanted looked at by you, so I'm satisfied with that. Thank you very much. Of course, if you appreciate what we do and you would like to support UTG, or keeping in mind, we do all this for free. We don't charge for any of our guides or tutorials that we give out. So if you do like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekends. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay vigilant with these markets. Don't go too deep, and we look forward to seeing you on the next session.
Absolutely. We'll see you Monday.
Bye.